else wants to play, just let me know. But otherwise, I
Are you
am
starting
going
from the
to.
beginning?
No.
No,
Okay.
we're trying to finish it.
No, because I got pretty far.
What I suggest is
and
finish
so
Bloodborne with the healing forward and healing forward. Finish Bloodborne.
where am I going?
So, how far are you into the game?
Finish
I'm
Bloodborne.
like
finish the DLC,
3/4,
and then just
and
watch the lore videos.
this
'cause
game
that's
is pretty
the
short.
only reason
Okay.
why I stuck
doesn't take very
with
long.
that game
And
throughout
so,
the whole thing. It's truly like
I think
I will be done.
Right,
watched like
I
9
played this a
hours of
little
video.
bit,
Exactly.
like when I
it's
was.
so fucking
I think I was
insane.
12 or something, and I actually I had the Wii and I had the
game.
GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
I
Controller,
really
the
like.
Wii
I
had
could probably talk about this
GameCube
for like
games,
for hours.
so
compatibility.
good. It is
And
so
it was
good.
fun.
It's so well thought.
But-
Diet and all that.
It-
It just adds like a completely.
I was about to say, like, you know how
level of
when you
depth
play
fight the bosses, you're like,
games when you're a kid,
yeah, like modern
and they
Ligarius.
look,
I know what you're
polished
doing
and
now. I know
nice,
you're
and then you
protecting
play it when you're
something
older.
there.
Yeah, it's
And
like-
I'm the asshole.
This actually
but
looks
I don't care.
like kind of holds up
Fucking
surprised
Alfred's
yeah.
in
I think it's because
mean,
it's just stylized really well,
Because
Yeah.
Mario Ligarius wanted to protect, wanted
and
to
it's just really
like,
charming.
keep
Yeah.
the
Vile Bloods.
Queen of the Vile Bloods
And so-
locked away.
I
Yeah,
never
and then
actually
You kill him, and then
processed the
Alfred
fact
comes
that his like
and
thing
kills
is a
the Queen
game.
of the
I
Vile
really
Bloods,
much like
which
this.
is the
I know,
exact
yeah.
opposite
What?
of
I
what
very
Mario
much like this.
Ligarius
Oh,
wanted.
interested.
Exactly.
Why don't you show the
So,
audience?
it's
Yeah,
like
what are
you
you
should,
looking
you
at?
know, and then he realizes that, and then he doesn't realize that.
He doesn't realize
kills
he
himself.
thinks he's done, and that's he
he
served
wants
his
to kill
purpose.
himself in like to become a martyr.
Yeah, exactly.
What? You don't like Bloodborne?
No, it's just
it's
it's
you
the
guys are
stream
shouting
thing, 'cause,
across.
Because it's
I
like
was
might
thinking,
like
I
mess
should,
up the
like, move
Sonics.
over.
Oh wait, we
Mess
got
up-
somebody in chat. Nate,
Tony,
get
I'm
on chat.
thinking about the Sonics.
No,
here.
on your phone. On
I
your phone.
can't.
Why can't you?
I'm busy.
Get on your phone. Try not to block the light.
Wait, JG Quintel's coming out with a new show on HBO next too.
Who is
I
it?
just want to go to bed, man. Go
Who
to
is
bed,
it?
dude.
Jigs guy.
Jigs
Jigs
Guy.
Oh, I thought I said Jigga, man.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm not gonna say the name.
Right. No, it's Jigs guy. We know Jigs guy.
Jigs
We
guy.
all know- You know Jigs
You
guy.
no, stay then. I was
Do
gonna
I?
tell you to
Don't
go
know who
away.
that
Actually, you were here when like we were doing that was like our first one when we did Jackbox, and then joined this Jigs guy thing.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Jigs
yeah,
guy
yeah,
is
yeah.
Yeah, and we did Mario 64.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so
Fan.
look, this is the segment I was talking about. Watch. So all the lights go out. And now I have to backtrack.
Oh, fun. Backtracking? Are you looking for
I didn't realize it was right here. The electricity has gone out. The lighting.
That's why I can't get into Metrovanias, because there's so much backtrack.
This is not a Metroid.
I know, but like,
know.
it's the same
I
reason.
know. No, I get that.
I understand your frustration, but also it's like when you start the game, you're like, oh, like there's this thing that can't interact with it. So I'm gonna keep that in my mind and come back to it when I have the.
You know, I know that's the appeal of it. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, it loses my attention quicker because of it. Because I'm like, I don't know. It's a me thing. It's a me thing. It's not the problem with the Metrovania. It's a
Exactly.
me thing.
Everyone has their own thing. Like I'm not a huge fan of platformers. Doesn't mean I won't play platformers.
Yeah.
It's like it's not my thing.
I feel like platformers is a little broader than Metrovanias, though. Like the genre of platformers
Avery,
is
why aren't
broader.
you killing them?
Oh, there we go. That's what was so weird. I was on sidestep
would say-
controls. That was what's
Cool.
weird.
I would say it's a.
I can't believe you would do that.
But
Yeah.
it's still the
You're a
same
dirty
sort of thing.
sidestepper.
Like not anymore.
Because,
Yeah.
like, in a way, like, a lot of Metrovanias kind of feel like platformers to me. Because it's, like, side-scrolling. And,
A lot of them are
like,
platformers.
And you're like, yeah, a lot of them have to deal with movement and, like, how... Like,
2D space.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That is true. But you definitely
Especially
like. Do you consider like the core mechanics of Castlevania platforming?
No, I'm thinking more like the newer...
Depends. Old Castlevania, yes. New
like-
Castlevania,
I'm
yeah.
thinking about, like,
platforming,
Ori and-
but is that like the centric focus of gameplay?
Castlevania
Well,
1.
I'm thinking about, like,
Yes.
Ori and the Blind Forest, where, like, a lot of that
That's
is, like,
not-
movement.
It's a
Yeah,
platformer, but
yeah, that one's also, yeah, Metrovania.
but that yeah, but it's
And
a
like Hollow Knight was a lot of platforming.
yes,
A lot of platforming.
yes, a lot of
Yeah.
platforming, and I would consider it a platformer, but not a platformer in the sense of Mario. You know, by no means.
Yeah.
Definitely much more of a RPG.
How, like, because, like, it's considered my issue with the term Metroidvania is that, like, Metroid games are all about backtracking and, like, giving a different way to, like, interact with the world around you. But, like, when I think of Castlevania, I don't think of that.
But see, the Castlevania part is not regular Castlevania though. It's Symphony of the Night specifically, and so Symphony of the Night is pretty much like Hollow Knight, and those it is. Anyway, Symphony of the Night is Hollow Knight, like that type of game. That was Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
It reminds me of Hollow Knight. I don't think of different tools. I haven't played Hollow Knight, but like I don't get like a hook shot and like go up the hook shot area. Like,
That is pretty much exactly what happens. So you get like a double jump, and you can go to a.
No, that is the entire game. Like, you literally just unlock new areas that you have to backtrack to because you weren't able to like cross a gorge or climb a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
That is exactly what
It is literally a
but
Metroidvania.
but it's not in the
You guys played Celeste?
Celeste.
Good game.
I love the introduction of like the main movement option you have. And so it's just like when you're like about to fall off on the ledge, you're like, oh, this is like gonna be an obstacle that's gonna come back, and I'm gonna have to like jump, and it's just like a bird. You're like, do this shit, dumbass, and you do it, and then it works.
I want.
You do it.
Hey, will you look closely at
Have you
Mario
played?
and look at how porous his skin is?
Yeah, I saw that.
His eyes are
You weren't supposed to
very
reveal him
slightly
yet. It
in
was supposed to
different
be.
directions.
Oh,
It's not
swear.
slightly,
I'll put him away.
It's way off, dude. Holy shit.
Hey,
Yeah,
David.
his eyes are
what?
way off.
David, I have a hypothetical for you.
First, have you checked the audio level and make sure that we're not super quiet or super
Yeah,
loud?
I'm sure it's. Well, okay. Let's ask all 0 of our viewers. Yeah, so we don't know.
Well,
And
can't you see?
yes,
can't you see
we
the level?
we can see, but it's really like
Hard to tell.
Yeah, it doesn't give us much of an indication.
Oh well.
So
Anyways, what was the hypothetical saying?
Okay, so let's say, right, you meet this new friend, he's very nice, and you find out that he's really into movies, right? So he invites you over to his house to watch a movie.
Is the joke that's me?
No, you'll figure out. All right, so you get to his house, and he's got like hundreds and hundreds of DVDs. Like his walls are lined with them, just tons and tons. And he grabs me, he says, "Oh, I haven't watched this one yet. It looks pretty good. Do you want to watch it?" And you say, "Oh yeah, totally. Let's watch it." Right? You sit down, you watch the entire movie, and he gets up, he says, "Ah." After the movie gets up, he says, "Ah, that was a really good one." And he goes over, he takes the disc, and he says, "Man, I liked that one." And then he cracks the disc in half and throws it away. What would you do?
I forgot about this.
You all are saying like you know what this is
all know.
about.
we already
Is this
came.
from a
We talked.
video?
No, we
No,
we
no.
made this up on our
This is
own.
the hypothetical we came up with.
But like, you know,
Um,
what if like somebody believed that when they were done with the movie, that was it. That was one use.
Oh.
And
So,
then they
so
were
all
like,
these
just
movies he has,
cracked
he's
it.
never watched
Like,
any of
he
them.
didn't
Anyone that
understand
he
the
watches, he
concept of
cracks and
watching
throws
the
away.
movie, So that he bought DVDs to watch the movie, and then he disposed of the movie afterwards. And so he
Oh, that was a great
had
movie and
all
tossed it
of
in the
these
trash.
movies that like like you would just
Oh,
assume, he
fascinating.
enjoys watching movies.
Yeah.
But no, he hasn't watched any of these
I need to
movies.
look up something about
Oh,
this
fascinating.
because there's a secret
It's
box.
like an inheritance from like his grandfather. It's like,
Yeah,
"Here's my
exactly.
movie collection. I
Exactly.
give it
No,
to my grandson."
You, if you think about it, like one spin on it is that he's like some like new generation that like
Yeah.
has no idea what the fuck a DVD is, so he just like thinks it's like a disposable.
It's a
camera.
one-use thing.
Exactly. No, it's like,
Grew
it's
up
like
in a-
some oldie person thing, and so it's like a disposable camera or something. He thinks
It's a
about.
fascinating one. It's a situation that would never happen, but it is interesting. What would I do?
Yeah, what would you do if you're sitting there and you just watch him crack like Inglorious Bastards in half and then throw
Well,
it
I
in the
don't really
garbage?
care about Inglourious.
Okay, what's a movie you care about?
Drive.
Drive.
Well,
He cracks
Drive
Drive.
would be a very good one. Yeah, I'd be like, especially if it was like a 4K or Blu-ray, I'd be like, there's a lot of money to just destroy there. Okay, I wouldn't say anything. And I'd wait till he went to the bathroom, and I would fucking take all of the ones that I really liked and like shoved them like in my bag, cause like this man is going to waste them. Like I'm doing.
You steal from him.
Yeah. Nah, I'm just kidding.
David's solution.
Nah, I'm just
not
kidding.
not introducing this man to the world of DVD.
Wait, when did we get 37 of the
It's a
booze?
crime.
like,
Yeah.
oh, when you catch the
Nah,
big
I'm just
one,
kidding.
that
Yeah, I,
counts
I
as
guess
Oh,
I don't know.
okay,
Like
that's a
someone
lot.
who's that stupid, like is he too far from like?
No, like,
far
okay,
from
here's the
home?
thing. Here's the thing. Up until this point, you guys have had like incredibly intellectual discussions about movies that he's
Then
seen.
okay, fine.
Like-
I just tell him. Yeah, I just tell him that's. What are you doing, man?
What do you mean?
When you do
He
it.
says,
Okay, this is a strange thing because I don't know how does he respond to like you have to tell me how he responds. To, like,
yeah, no.
a person
I'll
who-
role play as him.
You're gonna roleplay it. Okay. Hey, man, why'd you fucking snap that in half?
What do you mean? They're one use. They're disposable.
No, that's not how DVDs work.
Yeah, when you watch them, the movie's gone.
What? Who told you that?
Grandpa.
Oh my goodness, your grandpa was fucking with you. Okay, no, you can watch it as many times as you want. Do not break anymore.
Prove it.
Then I show you a movie, we watch it, and I take it out, I put it back in, and we watch it again. What happens?
It doesn't work.
What?
He was right all along. The hypothetical is that he was right.
Oh, like this whole time, human beings, like as a collective unconscious, every time we put the disc back in, we imagine the movie again. Yeah. We project it onto the screen with our minds. It's just a blank screen. That'd be a horror. That's like a horror. Like that's like a creepy cross. Where like where like kids are watching static on a TV. Yeah, they all like remember the same show.
Papa,
but that's a creepy pasta.
It's my favorite video of man.
Oh, like the Pirate Bay like creepy pasta.
Oh yeah, the Pirate Bay thing where it's like they're all like trying to find this kid's show that like never actually aired or whatever.
Yeah, and it was all these kids that stared at the same static, and they all remember the same show.
What are you looking for?
I thought there was a secret thing that you could only get during the blackout, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like kids independently who are just like staring at TV static.
He watches you put the disc back in. It doesn't start up immediately, and he just says, "Oh, it looks stupid." He takes it out. Like right as he goes to take it out, you see the title screen come up, and then he takes it out and snaps it before it can.
No, my genuine answer is it's like, yeah, I tell him like that, whatever, blah blah. I'd be like, you can use it like as many times as you want. You cool. It's like his property. Like it wouldn't hurt me like my soul if he like broke like a movie I really liked because like I have my own copy or it's on streaming service. Like I wouldn't care.
David,
like,
you totally care.
It's his property.
What movie is it?
It doesn't matter what movie it is.
His booby. I don't know. What was it?
It was Booby Hat.
But anyways,
I can't see very well.
It's his.
I think that's what it was.
But he can do whatever he wants.
Hat. Okay, so what's the joke?
Booby hatch. That's why you lift up a booby and there's like a door, like a passageway.
Booby hatch.
Okay, what's this thing when you walk up?
Yeah.
I have very vivid
Yes. Yes, this is a. I don't. It might be one. I think it's in this room.
Cause like I remember like big old dust piles. And,
Like
or
this?
if he truly believed, then there's no way to convince him.
They're right there.
That the movie
Like
is
that.
replayable. I would say, give it to me. I'll take it to the dump. Don't break it. You know.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, he's a nice enough guy. He trusts you.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I'll dispose of it for you.
Yeah, exactly. And then I just forget to and I watch it.
You forget to.
Yeah. If he ever comes over to my house and sees those movies, I'll be like, oh, sorry, man. I just haven't got around to it.
Sorry, bro.
No, that's a new property.
Yeah.
He comes to your house.
Yeah.
He comes to your house and like picks up a movie from your drawer. He's like, "Oh, have you watched this one yet?" You say, "Oh yeah, I really liked it." He goes, "Nice."
I'll give it a swing.
If he did it to my property, I'd be pissed. Because naturally, it's like, dude, you have no right.
Hey man, why are you keeping
You have
trash?
no right to break my property.
Oh, wow. Your room's pretty dirty, dude. Yo, the garbage in here. All these movies you already watched.
Comes in with like
You
a.
gotta clear this clutter out.
Don't worry, I'll do it for you.
She starts throwing them against the wall. I just come back. I was in the bathroom. I just start hearing crashing.
Yeah, you just like, he's like, hey, like you got like a wall of movies. He's like, you watched this before? He's like, oh yeah, I love all of them. Hey, I gotta piss real quick. And you just go to the bathroom and you come back. There's a bunch of shit shards everywhere.
Everywhere.
And like I'm like screaming about it, and he's like the whole time it's like,
Like,
no,
oh,
it's no big deal,
what's the
man.
dude?
Don't worry, it's no burden on me. You know, I got you. He's like acting like
I'll clean the
he's
whole
doing
thing up
me a
for you.
service. Yeah. He's like, I got you.
Okay, where the hell is the
That's what
booth?
friends do.
Suck everything.
That's what I'm doing.
I call
What's
it
this
food.
one? Borbies? Borbies?
Fuck did he go? What?
Hey, that's fine by me because I can't get into those other rooms.
Wait, what is the point of this game?
Catching
We
the
gotta
fish.
catch
we gotta save Mario.
It's literally Ghost
Oh, you
Monsters.
saved Mario.
Yeah, because Mario's trapped by King Boo, and the Boos have strength in numbers, and he's in there, and I can't get him. Thank you. Very cool. Can I
That fool was an asshole.
Yeah, what a douche.
I did like that the Mario series is like this thing where they could take it into like any genre.
Right, because it's so established already at this point,
They
and so
just
they
do
can.
whatever they want with it. Like, oh, we're gonna make a fucking Ghostbusters haunted house game
Yeah.
with Luigi.
With Luigi
Oh,
as
okay.
the star.
This is like the first GameCube game, right?
This was one of the launch titles. Super Mario Sunshine was not a launch title. There's King Boo. White gloves. Cute little mustache. Woohoo.
Cute little ass.
Soft shoes.
Luigi's a soft boy.
How did you get out of my...
The German cum dungeon. Get out.
Why isn't Luigi sucking him this whole time?
Your clothes are green. You must be Luigi.
Well, sometimes it's better to try to solve things with words.
But
instead
with
of
a
violence.
ghost? With a ghost that kidnapped your brother and is using him for a demonic ritual?
Is he actually using it for
Yeah.
a demonic ritual?
Yes.
No, it's not for... He just has Mario.
sometimes-
There's no
He
reason
just
for it.
wants to look at a cute Italian boy.
maybe
He
it's
said
reason
cute
with that.
mustache, so...
I will not give up
If you
my
can't
favorite
reason with them,
decoration.
It's
then
just...
you go
He
violence.
explained it right there.
It's a
His favorite
decoration.
decoration. I like
kinda fucked up.
Mario just where he is.
That's fucked up. Describing someone as
Hey,
a
so it's
decoration.
a poltergeist? Uh-oh. What should we do, booze? Good idea, guys. I'll booze.
That was
inside.
like a Job at the Hut line. You know, like, Han Solo was like, you know, you nerds know what I'm talking about.
Call me a nerd.
You
Call me my
know,
own
in like the
home.
We'll blow 'em
decoration
away.
line or Job of the Hut when like I forget who came. I think it was Luke who was like, "There, I want to take him. I want to buy Han Solo back from you." And then he's like, "No, it's my favorite like wall decoration."
You're right.
It's
This
just
is
Han
that
Solo."
actually. And Luigi is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I don't know line for line.
Mario is Han
unfortunately.
Solo.
Take a big boob, bro.
Where's? Bring up Han Solo, please. That's Han Solo.
He's cast in
Literally.
what is this?
So every time you
Ceramic?
guys swear, do you
Ceramic?
guys have to put like a quarter?
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
doing
put
it.
1
I'll go
penny.
broke so fast.
Anytime-
I literally cannot financially afford to do
Anytime
that.
somebody does something, the group deems as bad. How about that?
No, 'cause
I'm
then
just
someone-
gonna get,
the-
this is a
the
method
group-
to bully me.
No,
You're gonna
no,
bully me.
I was
no.
about
That
to say-
everyone has to agree. Everyone.
I think David
Yeah,
smells
every-
really bad tonight. Pay up, David.
I
Yeah, I know, it's
disagree.
gonna be one
I
of those.
disagree.
It's gonna be one of those where we
No,
just
because
pick one
this
person
is
to
real
pick on.
money.
This is
Sort
the
of.
problem with the democracy.
Don't put Mario there.
No.
Anyway,
What if I
we'll take a
squeeze
big
my
deep breath.
thighs hard enough that he
I blow
dies?
you away. So that's why you need to catch on the boost, so you can't do that. And that actually kind of put me where I wanted to be. I think.
We should put money in there every time.
Did you say that you thought I
someone
smelled?
donates.
Someone what?
Donuts or something.
Yeah. What? We could put money in here every time someone dies in the Nuzlocke.
That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Some
what those words
game
mean.
related. Not
What's
something
a
that can be
Nuzlocke?
used to bully a
Like,
member
okay,
of
here's the thing.
society.
We should have
That's a Nuzlocke.
I like
one-
that. Swear jar is
Pokemon
simple.
games.
Swear jar
No,
is
no, no, no,
simple.
no, no. We should just for each game we have
Oh.
at the first episode we establish a rule, and when this rule
Oh.
is broken in the game,
Per game.
we have to put something.
So what's
in
the
here.
rest for Luigi's
Oh,
Mansion?
so if like.
If I miss
And
a
we
boo,
all have to pay up.
if a boo gets out
If you
and I
if
don't
you
catch
find a
him,
boo and
Do
it
we
gets
all
away,
have to pay up? Do we all?
no,
have
just
to
one
Well,
quarter
like
has to
a-
go in the jar.
Like a set amount of money, and we set it like
Just
like
one quarter.
if like Luigi crits in Persona.
Sure.
That's gonna be that's gonna be a lot.
Well,
And then
that's
when
the thing. It's
and
only
then-
one character, but he does crit like
And then we do this for years, and then finally when
We
one of
shatter
us
Mario.
accumulates like,
full, then
yeah.
we'll do a stream of us smashing Mario to bits.
or when one of us in the future accumulates gambling debt and he needs
Yes,
quick
and then-
money, please.
And then they'll be
Smash
like,
the
where
Mario.
did Luke Skywalker go?
Yeah, it's
My
we
favorite-
don't call him Mario.
It
We
looks
call
like
him
I'm like
exclusively
Look at this.
Luke.
Look at this screen. It looks like I'm cradling him.
He's your son, Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker.
I'll
Who's
kiss him
that?
on the cheek.
Wait a minute. What is
you
your?
don't know where that's
Oh.
from.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
anytime.
You like
So
it.
for Luigi's
Uh-huh.
Mansion, it's anytime I lose
Have
like
you ever
lose
done,
a
like,
boo.
when you're
Lose a boo,
like
but
when you were
that's so
younger
often,
and your
though.
mom like
Yeah,
kisses you
I
on the
have
cheek
plenty
or
of,
something
like,
like that, and then
pennies.
you like wipe it
Wait,
off.
if
Did
I
you ever
have
get like
nothing on,
offended?
I
You're
have
like,
nothing on.
It's
Yeah.
for me.
how dare you?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be. We
Yeah.
don't all have to put coins in it. It's like one person at a time.
Yeah. What happens when we run out of coins?
Then we die.
Mario.
Now, what do we do with the money after we break Luke Skywalker's head off the pavement?
We buy another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use the money to buy another one, or like personally
I
commission
used
another
Mario
one.
to buy Mario.
And it's but a bigger one.
It's
And so each time
gradually
we
big.
get a
Oh,
bit of
really?
Mario
It's
each
like,
time.
it's like Matryoshka dolls, like.
Oh, yeah.
sweating.
Oh god.
Luigi, what's the matter? You look nervous, hon.
He is
I
nervous.
got some coins right here.
Perfect.
Bro,
put 'em in
we
yet.
have to wait and put them in when the
Anytime
time
I lose a
comes.
boo.
Do I have any coins? I think I have.
Oh,
like,
this is
shit
the
ton
room
in my
where he
car.
hangs
I have a shit
himself.
ton on my
Who?
desk at my
Luigi
place.
hanged himself in this room.
Wait, hang Luigi.
I'm gonna put the penny in because the penny shouldn't be a payment.
He's gonna hang himself. How do I do it? I have to like. Oh, they're chests. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, it's Mr. Bones. Yeah.
You just like skeletons.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Sans, huh, tough guy?
Why do you call him a tough guy?
He's a good kind of guy, you know. He's powerful.
What about Pirate?
Pirate.
Pure.
Excellent.
I like him.
Anyway, it's gonna like ring any second now. After I get this boot. Up the table. Okay, I think
Luigi is a man full of
I think
sexual
I have to
energy.
take off the thing.
Oh, that's.
There we
yeah,
go.
you can do that.
Boomerang. Okay, at least that one makes.
He's got
oh my
300
god,
health.
I'm
There's
gonna
no
lose
way.
him.
Get him! What are you doing?
I'm going for him.
The phone.
There we go. Okay, I don't want to go in this room yet. No, so it's mine.
Wait, what's the?
If I lose a boo like that, I have to put in.
I see.
Especially a 300 health one. Fuck.
It's gonna happen somewhere.
I will.
Yeah, we're
my
gonna
my,
burn
my
The thing is,
intention.
Evan,
Burn
there's
through
only
a lot.
13 boos left. Like,
My-
we can't lose that many.
My intention was actually do it like if I actually lost him and could not get him, like if he went in a locked room,
That's what
I
was
can
thinking.
go
Oh.
in there.
Might be.
I'm not going to. So yeah, I have to do all this stuff first. So
Wait, hang Luigi.
I'm gonna.
Get that money.
Shmoney dance. I don't need the heart.
You're only at 90
Oh.
health.
Only in that you're right. Medic.
Get the money. There's a dollar bill action.
The
Just
scout
left
says
it.
at 124 HP.
Yo, Doc!
Oh, can I not get that because of the treasure?
What is that poster? Is that like a?
I don't know. Here, we'll look at
It's strange because the poster
it. It didn't really
actually
help
has like a like accurate head, like a real
It does.
Yeah, like anatomically correct
Look.
face.
Yeah.
So
It
in the
looks like
Mario
it's.
universe,
Oh,
it's like,
you know what it
It
says?
just says
They're
West.
the
It says
freaks.
Western, yeah. Yeah, no, have you seen in like Mario Odyssey? Mario's standing like next to
Oh,
like
yeah.
anatomically correct people.
So, like,
and
what
so
is
he's like
Mario?
Mario's like this
is
tall compared to
Mario
them.
an alien?
No, he's just from the Mushroom Kingdom.
I don't know, but
Fair
Mario
enough,
throws
I
his
guess.
hat and possesses people. Like he possesses
Yeah.
a real person and becomes them.
Has there been like
we
a
go.
small
Goes home and kisses
verbal community that's like has backlash towards that game because it promotes like demonic possession?
Everyone has that
You
joke
know-
about it. Everyone always
Oh,
says, "Oh,
really?
Mario's
That's
a
a thing?
demon." Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay, I didn't know that.
Where does he hang himself?
right here. But no, you have to answer the phone. And
Wait,
the phone's
you
not
get
ringing.
to see someone hang themselves?
Yeah, it's a glitch in the
Hey, you
lighting.
ever played
Fucking
Luigi
Luigi
Mansion before?
It's a glitch in the lighting. It looks like he's hanging himself. You'll see.
Where's?
I
It's a
didn't.
glitch?
Oh, I see. It's what happens when I leave this area.
It's very funny.
There's a ghost.
In a kid's game.
Yeah, they hang
It's good to
themselves
see
and we
it's
go,
a person.
haha.
I
funny.
forget. Oh, I know how this works. I remember.
See, kids, suicide is.
I thought I remembered.
This was the game that like made
Oh, there we
you
go.
know, in like high school and all that, and made suicide jokes. This is the game that murdered.
The
Yeah, I
game
see it.
is- Luigi was the original Edgelord.
Yeah.
Edlord?
Edgelord.
Egglord.
Why are you doing that?
Because it has to work. There we go. See?
Whoa, he's moving.
Okay, I'll just run.
They're coming to fucking kill you.
Oh, I remember what I had to
The
do.
other fucking crap.
You have to spit them up.
I do like that they have to win with the suicide.
I always thought of those as the Tom and Jerry.
Wait, yeah, you
I think they're just classic cork gun toys.
Where he's like,
I've never associated them. Oh my god, I got the mini
You're
shrimp.
fucking tiny. Run, Luigi.
Yeah, wow.
I love that I never change your running speed.
You run really fast.
Run at that speed.
I wish I could run like that.
I wish I could.
I wish I had
You got shot.
I wish I had a
Yeah.
cork gun.
Yeah. It would be funny if we actually had viewers like one day like, oh, you haven't seen that anymore. That's yeah, something terrible.
Well,
accident
it's,
happened.
we're gonna upload it on YouTube, so you can still make the joke.
Yeah, but no one watches those either.
David, one of these days we're gonna get famous, and everyone's gonna go back and.
We're gonna actually play a current game, and people are actually gonna be able
That's
to
the
go through
no.
it.
On Halloween we're gonna play Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
Oh, is that like a
It's like-
game that's
it's
coming
Yeah,
out?
it's coming out on Halloween,
Oh.
which is really, it's kind of cool.
That's
Yeah,
kind of
so we
that's an odd.
I know, I was gonna-
odd
it's a-
thing because you usually release it before Halloween, so people have time
To,
to
like, actually
do
get it. I
and,
didn't mean
like,
to.
Be in the Halloween season because like immediately after Halloween, it's not Halloween, so like you
Yeah.
feel like an idiot. playing the Halloween
No,
game.
I don't.
It's
Well,
not a
Luigi's
Halloween
Mansion-
game though.
Just kidding.
I'm very
It
excited.
is.
Like
Dude,
after
come
playing
on.
this, I'm extremely
Luigi's
excited
Mansion
for it.
Oh, I got both at once.
Halloween game.
A little bit.
You can watch a Halloween movie when it's not Halloween. And,
David,
like,
you can
play
only
it.
watch Nightmare Before Christmas during 2 times of the year.
Yes.
Christmas and Halloween, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the rules.
Disney
No.
made those rules.
Like I said, well, you were playing Luigi's Mansion back in the 100s,
That is a good point.
and it is definitely a Halloween.
Yeah. Well, it's also a regular game too, though.
Yeah, I'm very excited for the third one after playing this.
It's also funny because like you know how all department stores like all their like Halloween shit back in like September. It's like yeah,
Yeah, Halloween
fun-
stuff was out in
It's
September.
actually funny. I was like looking into this because like Halloween is one of those times where you feel like everything that should come out during October is like it's like oh everything that comes out during October is Halloween like themed. But I was going back and looking at like albums and movies and like
The thing is, David,
Halloween kinda
October's
snuck up
just
this
a
year.
month, dude.
what?
October's just a month.
I know, but it's like
define it.
it's considered like what I like felt like is like
Although I will
Halloween ads during October.
I will
like,
say
the
that
commercials.
December is nothing but Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And November-
and you feel like for some reason I was like, does that mean like that everything that comes out during October and December needs to be like, oh, it needs to be themed during those holidays? But I looked at like the albums and movies that come out, like there's almost like no like just random like albums will come out during October, like the Jesus and King, and then there's like one Halloween album, but then there's like random like movies that have nothing to do.
Was that a loss?
No.
Like
Not
The
yet.
Irishman came out like in October, and that has nothing to do with Halloween. It's a mob movie.
If I don't get them, then yeah.
Yeah.
What else came out? Oh, like the Breaking Bad movie came out this month.
Oh my
That has nothing to do with. I finally saw it because I finished the series
good?
again.
You
And-
finally saw it?
Yeah, I saw it after finishing the series
What do you think?
over again. And did you see it? Okay. And wait, are you planning on seeing it?
No.
No.
I've never seen anything Breaking Bad.
Because like I don't know how much I'm gonna get into it, but I liked how simple like it's
Yeah.
like just an
Yeah.
epilogue. It's
Yeah.
just like the falling action, and it's just a simple little story. There's no like big bad like new meth kingpin who's like we gotta get Jesse, we gotta give a cook for us, and he's like trying to like he's on the run from them or anything. No, it's just
He's
like
still in there.
nice simple. It reminded me of like a Blue Ruin-ish kind of movie. I know you guys haven't seen Blue Ruin, but it's like this like weird subgenre of like crime movies that
That's 2 blues.
I've kind of
they
noticed
both
where it's
on
like
there?
it's like really minor like kind of low stakes crime stuff, but it's still like and there's not really a big bad mob or like crime guy. Maybe there's a guy who's like a crazy criminal
There
or
was
something.
only one scene where somebody actually got shot.
Yeah. There's
That's
it's a very simple story. Oh, he needs money. Here are the obstacles, and that's it. And then it's just like, and it's the only goal is for it to be like a nice little like, just almost like a little fable, like just a little like tale that happened, and a little. Almost like it's just like it's almost more relatable, like it's almost more like personal because it's like something that almost could happen to you because it's so like minimal, like it's so like minimal. Like there is actually no criminals. I mean, there's no like crime bosses or like mobsters in the entire movie. They're all just like people who are just shady people, and that's the whole movie. Which I enjoyed, and I enjoyed the fact that Jesse got to like they explored his non-violence a little bit more, like the fact that he really still does. He's still not like a hardened criminal, but he's been through so much that he still had the wisdom that he gained from like Walter White and Mike that he showed off finally when he's like put in a corner. Or like the guy literally blocks the way out and he's like, we're gonna do a shootout, and he's like, all right, and then like, but he came prepared and he like actually used his brain.
Yeah, that was really cool. Actually.
Yeah.
Like I expected him to do something like that. I'm like, no, I don't think Jesse's ever trained like that. I don't think I've ever seen him.
I'm sure Mike did a little bit of stuff when he was.
Yeah, because there was that scene of them talking, just like him and Mike in the right next to the river, like where Mike died.
Are you talking about like trained him how to shoot, like actually
Yeah,
properly
no, how to
shoot a
like,
gun?
Wow.
Oh, like draw, like
Yeah,
Super Mario.
because that was the whole thing. It was
Wario's
like
Mansion.
Wow.
But he-
Wow.
Well, he was never in a high noon situation to begin with because he had a hitting
It's
gun.
high noon. It's high
that he
noon.
was
Exactly.
using.
It's high noon.
So
Ah,
I
yes,
thought
yes,
he
that's-
was
that's
actually gonna draw.
hard.
He was actually gonna like draw.
Yeah, me
Did
too.
he say
No, they did a
sings
good
it?
job at like
You see the second gun. You
Damn,
see.
Luigi,
yeah,
them
they set it
votes.
up, which
Yeah.
I'm happy they did because then it would kind of be bullshit if
Mhm.
they didn't. But it's one of those things where like
I think
when I'm watching movies, I
before
don't
the
try to
tournament on
think about
Thursday.
what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. Like I don't try to
I'm
be
gonna
like, oh, I
switch
think
the
this is gonna be the
internals of
twist.
my
I
NES
just kind of
controller and my
enjoy it.
Lucas
Yeah.
controller,
So
because the NES one has way
it did
nicer
like
internals.
shock. I was like,
That makes
oh,
sense.
nice. But it was a very
because of
much.
the fucked up stuff
People have
in
said
these
like
ones.
it is very much not only because of the quick draw scene, but it is a very neo-western movie.
Yeah. The aesthetic, like overall.
Yeah.
Everything was just. It did not feel like the same sound, the same
Yeah.
city as Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad, everything was moving so fast. This was just like a couple of scenes. This was just
Killed.
Mhm.
Breaking
I
Bad,
knew it was
everything's
gonna
so
happen,
long.
but I was like,
Well, all the scenes are in and out, like in the same house, in the same apartment. You know, just Hank, scheme, like trying to fucking figure out who this Heisenberg guy is.
Yeah.
Heisenberg. Or, you know,
Walter White.
Walter White is
Yeah, yeah.
doing his next like step to become into the
Yeah. Vince Gilligan got to like actually flex his like visual chops like in the
Oh,
the
no,
movie because
yeah.
it looked it's a
As soon
beautiful
as you
movie.
got into it, you can tell.
Yeah.
It had that movie budget. That's
Oh,
all-
yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. I'm like, oh, this is so different. I also like how the redhead, I forget his name, but he's fat.
Oh,
I
that's
love that
shit.
shit.
Oh, you
So
love
it's-
it.
It's so funny. No, I just found it hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I just
fair.
found it fucking hilarious.
That's one of those things where it's like, I did appreciate how they didn't try to de-age Aaron Paul at all, like digital de-aging.
Yeah.
Like it was just like it's the same actor, you know. Like I'm fine with
Yeah,
that,
take
and
it, yeah.
they didn't try to digitally de-age anyone or anything like that. But when it came to Todd, I was like, you didn't tell him to lose a bit of weight.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
god
and
damn. I
he was
thought
fat.
it was weird because I knew because like he did Fargo after Breaking Bad, and he was chubby in Fargo. I thought he actually gained weight for that role, but and when they showed the first flashback of him in the cage talking to Todd, and you know how it focused just on Jesse, and you just heard Todd off screen, and then the shot you got of Todd was between bars, so you couldn't really see him.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they were gonna keep him obscured because they're like, he's not gonna lose weight, and like that's gonna throw everyone off. So let's just not show him. And then immediately when he
just
gets out,
comes back,
yeah.
the camera pulls back, and you
Yeah.
just see him like shoving.
A profile shot of his
fucking
giant
funny.
gut.
It's so funny. Especially
Oh
with
my
you.
god.
Especially you just watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And you immediately
Yeah.
cut into that.
I know, and I was
He's
talking
fat
to
as fuck.
I was talking to Ethan about it, and I'm just like, I guess it's possible there could have been a period between like the time when they showed Todd taking Jesse away to there, and then like Heisenberg coming back to free Jesse, where Todd just gained a shit ton of weight and then
like,
lost it all. but
Yeah,
he has some weight issues, you know. He puts on, puts off weight. No, but I also saw like a funny comment somewhere where they're like, my theory for Todd's weight in the movie is that after he shoots Jesse's who's the girl
Yeah,
that they
no,
shoot?
the
Jesse?
Mexican.
Yeah, the Mexican girl. That in order to dispose of the evidence, he ate her. So that's why it's all fat. But yeah, that really threw me off because I'm like, dude, you kind of like, come on.
Yeah, no,
Like-
it was definitely noticeable. It's nothing.
Yeah, it was
so
noticeable.
They didn't try.
It was
So help
noticeable.
me. Oh my
And it
god.
kind of messed it up a little bit
One
for me,
hell.
but eventually I was like, I'm fine.
Did you lose
Yeah,
him?
no.
You just get back into the
It took
movie.
a
He's
little
just
bit-
sitting there.
He was definitely not as intimidating.
Well, he was never
Get it.
intimidating.
Oh my
But,
God.
well, I mean, okay,
I was
not
doing it.
physically,
You saw it.
but emotionally. He like did a really good job of just fucking with Jesse.
Oh, in the
Like,
movie. I
yeah,
thought you meant like he was less intimidating because he was fat.
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah, because like
Like that's
Okay,
one of the
there he
things.
is.
I feel like they acknowledged that how like he was never an intimidating like.
no,
you
he's
know.
like he's just a sociopath. He's like he's a very unique character, which I like.
This is
Where
so
he's like he does have like he does care about people, but he's so like he's been raised with such like killers and like psychopaths that like he's so practical about like, oh, I just need to kill this person.
Yeah,
That's how it goes.
That's it.
And he's like, I don't want
That's
to do it,
one
but I
of the
do
first
it.
things you see is him killing that kid.
Yeah, and
He's like,
and he's
okay,
not
this is
affected
business.
emotionally by
Oh,
it
no.
because it's just something. It's just something he does. It's like,
Complete opposite of
yeah.
Jesse.
and
like,
it's disturbing, but at the same time, it's odd because he's so like. He
seems so normal, and whenever you see that like, cause that's like his professionalism right there. Just,
yeah.
like, it's just another.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Like that's his whole thing. As soon as
Stay
he
in
saw
the
like
corner,
kid,
let him
he's like,
you.
oh well, this is part of the job.
Don't let him
I
pass
gotta
you.
get rid of this mess.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like.
And I like how his thing with like Walter White, where like his professionalism comes through. Where I don't know if you remember this, but when Jesse leaves, he needs to get Walter White needs a new cooking partner, and he's teaching Todd. And at the end of their first cook, Todd's like taking notes during the whole cook and everything. And he's like, yeah, it's gonna take me a couple more like.
Did you see that
cooks
dude
to like
just
learn
give up
this?
at
And
the end?
Walter
He
White's like,
definitely
oh
was
yeah.
just
And then
giving
he's
up.
like, all right, let's talk. And then Walter White's like, okay, let's talk about your
Definitely
pay. And
fought
then
him till
Todd's
the
like,
very
no, we can talk pay when I get this right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like Walter White's like, oh wow, he like is applying himself and
Yeah,
cares. Like
yeah.
he's like, he like is a professional, but he's just a sociopath.
He's like, oh,
Yeah. So I'm glad they brought him back. The flashbacks bothered me when it wasn't of him in captivity, because the whole movie, like part of the movie, is him dealing with. There's enough scenes of him having like PTSD.
Mental breakdown.
Yeah, he's having like
Yeah.
PTSD from being captured, and there's
Which
and
I
there's
love.
yeah,
They did
and
such a good job in like portraying.
they did yeah.
Yeah. I really love
And all of the flashbacks of him with Todd and in captivity all had to do with establishing either characters or motivations for going somewhere. So I liked all those flashbacks. The flashbacks I didn't like were the ones that I'm like, why are they in here besides just giving you like fanfare? Or like with
him and
Walter White.
White.
Yeah, I'm like, I was waiting for it to like click where like Walter says something that like impacts how you see how Jesse responded to whatever, or the flashback with Jane at the very end that was trying to like kind of make the ending hit harder, but it was kind of like so quick and brief and pointless that I was like, why are we having this flashback with Jane other than to be like, oh, remember the girl he loved that died. And I was surprised after seeing Fat Todd. I was like, because I was thinking, I was like, well, I guess they're not going to show Brock in the movie because Brock's obviously older and stuff. But after that, I was like, man, they're going to show Brock. It's just all they were just acting like a little kid. But no, they never showed that, which is good. But they did the little letter, which is nice. I liked that it felt like just another episode of Breaking Bad, like falling action, the last final two. Because some shows like Fargo will do this thing where the climactic episode, where everything comes to a head, is the second to last episode, and the actual final episode is all falling action and all the characters reeling from what happened in the previous episode and them dealing with it. Yeah, like an exhale. And I liked how that movie was like that for the season 5 kind of thing.
Yeah, it took so long though.
Yeah,
it took so freaking long.
Yeah.
When did Breaking Bad end? 2014 or like?
Yeah, about that 2013, 2014. Yeah, and I liked how it was like that, but I wish there was a moment of like catharsis, or like a real like catharsis or euphoria, like real emotional. Like it doesn't have to be like him breaking down or anything, but like a moment that like really hit hard and like washed over you and being like, oh wow, it's an end. This is the end. And Jesse finally has a new, and like he's leaving like his real life, like with like the show, like they even have the line in the first season where like Walter is like, this is the beginning of the rest of your life. Is this going to be a life where you're like living in fear when he wants to run away from Tuco, or is this a life where like you're gonna go head on and be something? And like, so that Breaking Bad was his life, like the entirety of that was like Jesse's life, like his legacy almost.
Well, I feel
and now he's leaving that all behind because of like what it did to him, and he's like going off into like a normal life now. I wish there was like a real moment where that hit hard.
Something else that Walter White said was like how lucky Jesse is because how early getting
Yeah.
into the business. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna lead us into like the fact that he's still young.
Yeah.
He's still young.
Yeah.
It's only
He's only supposed to be in his like early 20s.
20s. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
And so right now he can still definitely start over 100%. And live like a full adult like
Yeah.
adult life.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're kind of like thinking. I mean,
But I
at
wish.
least that's what I took away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
As
But
soon as he said that, I'm like, okay, that's what they're going for.
I wish they had like a thing where did Walter White? I know he said that in the show, but did he say that in the flashback? I don't think he did.
No,
They
he
were
did in the flashback.
in the flashback.
That's
Did
the
he
only
say
reason I
that?
remember that. I didn't really rewatch the show like you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like,
He
most
said
of the
that.
show, I remember key
Oh,
parts.
he said you didn't have to wait your whole life to do something great.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I wish they
And
like.
how lucky he is, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they hit it harder though. That like, it's like not like an end of an era, but like that he. What was I gonna say? Shit. It's like it's something very simple. It's just like the fact that he lived like a full life in those 2 years. Like he lived like
Oh yeah.
his legacy
I mean, how
in
long
those
was he
2
in the
years, and
cage?
he has to.
that
I
was
think
like-
like 6
A couple
months. I think like it was a very long time
Because
since like
there
Walter
was-
White was away.
There was Walter.
Oh
Todd.
shit! It was. I think it was a little less than a year actually.
Yeah, because Walter went to like Alaska or something.
Yeah.
And then he had to go all the way back just to
Yeah.
get, like his revenge.
It was actually it was like it was because Walter, when he came back, it was his 52nd birthday, and right before Hank found out about Walter, it was his 51st birthday.
It was the birthday party, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
So it
It
was
a
less. It was
while.
like 8 months, I think,
Mhm.
or like maybe probably like 10 months that like Jesse was in captivity or something, or maybe even more than that.
Captivity.
He
Sounds
he
like an
wa-
animal.
well, that's how
Yeah,
they
that's-
treated
he
him.
was
huh?
treated like an
He was he was put in a cage and like anyways, he was a prisoner. But yeah, I wish they would have really like leaned in on the like his he had a life's long worth of legacy done like those 2 years or 3 years or whatever. Now it's all over, but that's like a good thing. Like, I don't know.
he can actually like be normal for a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
But not only that, but like looking back at it, like almost like a bittersweet thing. Like he almost like is like grateful for it, but it like is the reason why he's so miserable. But it's like I wish they really like highlighted like the I know they did it in the show, but like with this final movie, I wish they really like leaned into the conflict between the fact that like the legacy that he went after gave him so much grief, but at the same time there's like this gratefulness for it because of like he because through that he finally stopped living up, even though like horrible shit happened to him, like at the very end, like with that showdown with the guy, he finally like learned how to like not have fear in the face of like, even if he had fear, he learned how to like cope with it. And
deal with,
yeah,
like, the situation.
yeah.
Yeah, he definitely matured. Like,
Yeah.
in El Camino, he knew exactly what the fuck to do. He knew,
Yeah.
like, he definitely felt like he was in like a right headspace. Like there was moments where, like the old Jesse, or not that old. What I mean with old is like Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah,
Jesse,
yeah.
where like he thought mostly like emotionally. Breaking and this El Camino Jesse,
Mhm.
everything was just so coordinated. Because he learned so much
Yeah.
about like just being a criminal. He's
Yeah. Or being just savvy,
Good.
just being sharp and like being
Yeah.
able to like read things and like be prepared for like the worst of people. And like what's funny is I enjoyed that throughout the movie he really tried to be like clever and savvy and like read people, and like there's that scene with like him with the
with the vacuum guy.
yeah, the
With
vacuum guy,
yeah.
where he like tries to call his bluff, but then
But then
it's
the
not a
police-
bluff,
the
and then
police
he's like,
comes
oh
up.
shit, and you think it's like, oh, Jesse's like, oh, a badass, like that can read like bluff now, but like then he's like, oh shit,
Yeah,
It's just
he's
like-
just a runaway.
and then it's like, oh, he's not that clever yet, but
No.
then finally at the very end he's like, oh, he finally like, especially when he like blows up the entire thing, which is a very like Walter White thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like where he like
Or
destroys
even-
all the evidence. He just knows exactly what to do. It like it like finally all comes together. All of his experiences come together in one moment where he really needs it for that last bit of money to like save himself.
Yeah.
All of his experience actually like pays off. Which that was very nice.
I'm gonna throw Mario off a wall. Please
Yeah.
don't.
We've been talking about the breaking that movie for a while.
Yeah,
I apologize.
But yeah, it's really good. I like it. Obviously, Todd.
I want to bite off his nose.
Yeah.
Very funny
Yeah.
situation.
Look how
I
plump
wasn't
it
mad.
looks.
I was just fucking. It was hilarious.
No, it was kind of
just
goofy.
so
I
funny.
was just trying to figure out like Vince Gilligan is a interesting guy because he is obviously a secret genius when it comes to like writing and stuff like that and creating shows. Because Breaking Bad seems so like orchestrated perfectly with everything tying in very nicely to one another, but it was like made up as they went along.
Yeah.
Which like, and also the way he talks about it, he might just be a super humble guy, but the way he presents himself is that like everything great about the show is just kind of something that happened, like an accident. Like he doesn't try to like act like some genius. So it's like interesting. I forgot entirely
It's
where I
funny
was going.
because a lot
with
of
this.
aspects of Breaking Bad is genius.
Yeah,
Like there's so many like really good parts.
and people think he's a genius.
Oh no, that's the thing.
Yeah, and all the crew like is saying like, oh, he's a genius, but like he never once like sees himself as that. And there's like every time like someone will compliment him on like thing like, oh, I love how you like frame that shot where like the guy's in the reflection. He's like, oh, that was an accident.
Yeah, it's
I didn't even
literally
realize
like
that.
It's like the English teacher with like all the fucking writers or like what's his name? But you know that like whole joke of like the door is red.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
nothing, it's like that.
Yeah, where the English is overanalyzed and then the author is just like, oh, it just happened to be red.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if Vince Gilligan is secretly like, oh yeah, I know, I'm a genius, and is just super humble kind of guy, and just makes good shit. This is like accidentally, but I forget how I was gonna tie this back into the movie. Somehow, what were we talking about right before I went on this? I have no idea. Oh, Todd. Oh, okay, yeah, that's how I was gonna tie it. I don't know if he just didn't care, or if it was one of those things where he didn't know how to work around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference between like just being like, you know what, it's the same actor. They can give suspension differently. Who fucking
It's
cares?
a long time. I mean,
Because there's ways you could have like worked around it. Because like the story came out of nowhere, so like he didn't need Todd to be in it, and obviously he knew
back and forth. He doesn't know where to go.
he knew Todd was going to
keep
be
it
like
that way.
a,
He's
a
really
big
slow,
part
actually.
in the movie. So he probably would have
Gonna go.
approached the actor and been like, "Hey,
Go
you're gonna
ahead.
be Todd again," and like he probably would have given enough time to at least lose some weight.
no, he was fine.
But I wonder if it's one of those things where the actor just refused to, and he just needed to tell this story. But like at the same
Who
time,
knows? Might have another role coming up. And then
that's
have that
true.
complication.
They needed him to be fat. I mean, he was in the fucking Irishman, the movie The Irishman with Martin Scorsese this year, but I doubt that his role required him to be fat. But it's
He's
yeah.
just fat.
What?
He's just fat.
I think he might just be he might be a big guy. But it's interesting that like I wonder because Vince Gilligan is such an interesting guy. I don't know if it's just one of those things where he just didn't care, or if he was just like, I don't know how to work around it. Like, cause like he seems too smart to be like, I don't know how to work around it. Like it feels like he could if he wanted to. So it seems like he might have just not cared. Which is like,
He started to work around it.
yeah, like at the
Like,
very start, like I
yeah.
thought he was going to work around it. But like then he is like, oh, he doesn't care. He's just
Yeah.
showing him full profile. It's just something like for me as like someone who like makes shitty short films, like I like and like likes
You
movies.
take one of
and
those
stuff.
words out of there.
The short film, take out film. No, but
Make
but-
shitty short.
make shitty shorts. Like I want to know like whether or not as a like director and like a writer and storyteller, if he like thinks it doesn't matter if there's continuity like that, because a lot of directors don't give a shit about continuity, especially when it comes to editing. Like they don't care if like in one shot like the guy has the jacket on and then in the next the jacket's off, because a lot of times continuity when it comes to editing is the lowest priority on the list, because you'd be surprised how much, especially if a movie's working at all, you do not notice continuity mistakes unless it's so blatant, unless it's like so in your face. You don't like notice a lot of continuity
Well, I mean, things like
shots.
after watching Breaking Bad, you notice the viewer, like, the main focus is on the dialogue. And the atmospheric, and I'm pretty sure he knows that.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares enough about how you people look like too much. I think they just care about like caring too much about the conversation or maybe like symbolism within the movie.
No, yeah, eventually,
So,
like,
like-
it worked. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
After, like, by the time, like, the scene with the dead, the dead maid. Yeah, I didn't care anymore because I was like into the story. I was like, holy shit, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, exactly.
And there's genuine like funny moments. I like how like Vince Gilligan's a good like comedy writer, drama comedy writer. Because like comedy in a drama is different than just like a comedy. It's very like it's like sudden, but it's like also something that like always comes from like the character. Like the joke is it's not a like straight up gag. The humor comes from how the character is, like his nature. And so like when Todd like starts singing in the car, that was like something that was kind of like stupid, but it was funny, just because of how Todd is, and he's like so like uncare, like he's just so like doesn't care. And like one of the funniest moments in Breaking Bad, like I don't know if you remember this because you didn't watch it, but at the final season, it was the 5th season, and or the end of the 4th season. Yeah, I just watched this. It was when Saul was basically gone out of his office, because I think it was because he admitted that Hank like was onto him, and Saul was like, all right, time to like pack up everything and leave. Like it's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore. And then it's just his receptionist like shredding everything, and Walter White is like banging on the door. He's like, Saul, I need to get it. And then she's like finally, and she's just ignoring him. And then finally he like breaks through the door.
You should have said something.
And then he comes through and she's like, Jesus Christ. And then he needs her to do something, or like something happens, and then she's basically like, oh well, I'm gonna have to replace the door now. You know, that's probably gonna cost like 2,000-3,000, and then he's like 2,000-3,000. What are you talking? And then he realizes that she's asking for like money, and then he's like, oh, and then she's like, yeah, now I'm thinking like 5,000. He's like, and then he like gets into like the Heisenberg mode. And you think he's gonna like try to like intimidate her, and he's like, I'll be right back. And then he like runs under the door, even though he's inside now and can unlock the door and open it. He like struggles and slips through like the crack in the smashed door. And he's trying to get under the bar and shit. And it's so goofy and funny in the like one of the most tense episodes ever. That it's like hysterical, and it's only funny because it's because of how Walter White is, because it's like he is this Heisenberg at this point, and he's like almost about to do it, but he's still that like bumbling like chemistry teacher. Yeah, and he like shows through that, and that like is like the funniest part of like the entire show.
Yeah, I was saying that transition between like him Breaking Bad, him becoming coming from that like really.
Oh yeah,
really, like,
turning into Scarface, like how Vince Gilligan said he wanted to take this like mild-mannered chemistry teacher and turn him into Scarface. And then
it's mostly his ego.
Yeah.
That's most of it. That's most of it. A lot of times he isn't very confident, but when he wants something done, it's just
yeah.
just going for it.
It's one of those things where it's like or like that one philosophy guy, I forget what he would say, he fully embraces the shadow of man, or the evil that we all have.
Yeah.
We all have Heisenberg in us.
We all have Heisenberg in us.
Yeah, of course.
Just need the
Who's
situation.
Heisenberg?
Yeah. Just Heisenberg.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you haven't seen the show at all, have you?
No.
Yeah, that's disappointing. The reason why I actually like rewatched the show was to get my sister into the show, because for a long time she was like, like she wasn't sure on like if she would like the show.
Yeah,
She's like, isn't it just depressing? And I'm like, no, not really.
It's like, yeah.
It's kind of like it goes through all the tones. And then she really got into it, and then
I did that with my brother, where I like sit down with him and watch like the first like couple episodes, and when I see him like being into it, I'm like, I'm just gonna step away and do what I do, and it's like, okay, yeah. And
then
like,
he
I
gets
just
into
come
it.
back the next day and like, yeah, I'm 2 seasons in. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
And now I'm trying to get back into Better Call Saul.
I haven't
that's
actually
gonna
watched it.
I watched the first 2 seasons like when they were coming out, and then I just dropped off. But like everyone says that like the show actually gets really really good in the 3rd and now 4th season.
Yeah.
And they have the 3rd season on Netflix, and I was like, and then like last night I actually did, or like the night before, I did like my own little recap thing where I was skimming through the last couple episodes of season 2 and like re-catching me up to seeing what everything was going on. And I actually realized that I watched the first couple episodes of season 3, but then I dropped off. It was one of those things where I just wasn't into it anymore.
Yeah.
But funny enough, I think my parents actually have watched. They're all fully caught up because they actually watched it as it aired. But like, it was one of those things where
It's very rare. It's so sad.
what?
And it's very rare for people to like actually find a good show and stick with it as it gets released. It's so sad because now it's like only binge watching.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't
that's why
take us.
OKKO got canceled, is because it didn't have viewership as it was premiering.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's so many like aspects of the show. Like shows are special because unlike movies where it's very difficult to make a movie because it takes you you have very little time to create an actual connection between the viewer and the characters because you have to like the character. It's like
It's number one.
yeah, it's a thing. Which is why shows have like a bit of easier time with that. They have so much time and like years and a couple seasons for you to like actually develop.
It's
also
a
very easy to
double-bladed
fuck it up.
sword because in some ways you could say that TV shows have less time because people judge the pilot so much, and the pilot is half the length of a movie.
Oh, yeah.
So you could say that, but if the pilot is decent enough, then the show has like 10 hours to like get you invested and get you to like the character. That's why when there's a good show, you're like so obsessed with it because like it's like a book. It's like a giant like book filled with like content because it's like hours and hours and hours you're spending with these people and like getting to know their like, intricacies. If I pronounce that right. Thank you. That was good? Okay. I have a speech impediment. I try to use big words and I just fumble through them.
I think that's
It's the
what
Michael
everybody-
Scott
I think
complex.
I think that's what everybody does.
Yeah, it's the Michael Scott complex. But yeah.
I think that's another reason why, like things like the MCU.
Yeah.
Also, like just
Capitalize on that.
skyrocket and basically, they're movies, but it's at this point it's a very
You
very
spend hours
thick
and hours
TV
and hours.
show, and there's so many movies and there's so much content in the movie and information you have to learn. All that leads into that one, endgame. That's why it's
I
such a
might
huge thing.
And then, like most TV shows, they don't know when to stop,
Oh,
and they've
That's-
still gone.
it's pretty deep.
Yeah, because like I don't know why after Endgame you stop for 5-6 years. You just stop. You stop and get people you don't think people are gonna come back to it. Like people are just they're so worried to get off of they're so worried to lose the momentum from like what the show or like the movies have like created for themselves. But like now that like back in like the 90s and the 80s, like there would be like 3-4 years before a sequel would be made about a movie, and people would still go see it because they remember. And
Star
like
Wars?
Star Wars, and like I'm pretty sure like the Indiana Jones movies, there was like 3-4 years between all of those, and like with Mission Impossible, there's 5 years or like I think 4 or 5, even like 6 years between each of them, and like because that's why like there's like 6 of them. And the first one was released back in the late 90s. if I can remember. But and that's still like a successful franchise with like name recognition and everything like that. And they like wait. They wait for you to like be like, oh yo, there's another Mission Impossible. There hasn't been one for like 4 years. Yeah, I'll go see that.
The thing with Marvel is that there's so much anticipation and so many people know so much about what could happen because of the comics.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
yeah.
literally it's just pleasing those specific people.
Yeah.
Like the real like hardcore MCU fans. And because they already know what could happen, they just really can't wait. And they're aware of that with the MCU.
I mean, what do you mean by like not being able to wait? Like because like
Well, there's
they
already,
could
like,
just
a
wait to do the
reference.
story.
Yeah. Well, like they kind of know most of the story.
Well, if they already
how-
know most of the story, doesn't it not matter when the movie's released?
What they want to know is how they're going to change the story. Because they change it up just like a tiny bit.
Sure, but that doesn't affect like how long they need to wait or not between movies and stuff like that. I'm just saying that like I feel like they should let the viewers like start to want to watch miss Marvel movies. Like there's been no chance to miss like I miss when Marvel is putting out movies. Like there's no one's ever said that because there's always a Marvel movie. Yeah, there's always a Marvel movie like every season, and it's one of those things where if like there's already like Marvel superhero fatigue happening, that word that's gone around, but
I mean, Marvel's done a good job of it.
well, one of the ways that it looks like they might be avoiding that, which is something I'm actually kind of curious about, is dipping into other genres under the superhero like umbrella thing. Like with the new Doctor Strange movie, it's going to actually be a straight up horror movie.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay.
Because
Yeah.
the whole thing about that.
Yeah, like,
Is it?
I can't watch
No,
it now.
I don't care. It's like, is it really?
Because
They said they wanted to make it a scary movie. I don't know how like scary it will be.
Well, okay, it's a psychedelic thing.
Yeah.
Because what the whole thing is Doctor Strange has experienced 14 million realities about how that happened, and they're gonna delve. Apparently, they said that they're gonna delve deep into like how it changes him over time.
Because I don't know these details.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is he's just experienced so much. He's experienced multiple lifetimes. Just him dying, and then he's also going like. Well, it's really hard to explain. Doctor Strange as a whole, like his whole multi-dimensional.
Yeah, I think they're
It's
gonna
just
do
hard to
like
explain.
I think they mentioned like a little bit of a cosmic horror thing.
Exactly.
Because like what? You don't think of like cosmic horror is fucking hard as shit to do on a movie. I don't know if they're gonna lean into that because cosmic horror like it all relies on your imagination and like the horror of you trying to perceive something like so outside of like your comprehension. When a movie you're trying to visually like actually represent it, so there's no imagination on your part. So it's like it's hard for that's why H.P. Lovecraft movies usually suck.
So hey,
Well, that's a video game. That's a little different.
No, I
though.
know.
Yeah, it's different than a movie because like a video game, I don't know. There's something about interacting. I mean, like, I feel like if a movie did something similar to like what Bloodborne did, where like,
Bloodborne the movie.
like, because Bloodborne did something interesting where like the cosmic horror isn't in your face.
Oh no,
It's like
so-
it's
You okay?
you
Calm down,
use, which you can't really do that with a movie, but like you search for it, like you like it unfolds on its own, like you don't even have to pay attention to it, and that's the disturbing part is you actually have to start like really thinking about how what you're seeing affects your other experiences.
Really?
You know?
Nah.
That's like you start like connecting.
Get out of my way.
It's interesting, but yeah, I don't
Anyway,
know.
this is the guy who made all the jokes.
I'm trying to think of a movie that's actually done cosmic horror well, and there's probably one, like a single one,
Yeah.
but like I can't think of it. But like with Doctor Strange, like with like all the multi-dimensions, I'm sure there's a dimension with fucking monsters or something like that. They could do horror. Yeah.
That whole thing.
Yeah, but
Well, basically, you just delve deep into like the psychological, like,
yeah,
you know,
that sounds like fun.
dealing with that level Because it is cosmic horror.
It should be like
Anybody would fear that.
it should be like PT, where he's like stuck in a loop of some shit.
Yeah.
And it's like a horrifying like scenario. Or
Like
something.
PT the game.
Yeah,
This is a good game.
yeah. I never got
What
to
game?
play it because like it's taken. It's like it's
It was taken from.
yeah, it was taken from the PlayStation 4 store.
Really?
After. Yeah, because
Oh.
remember he wasn't supposed to release it or some shit.
Too bad. It was
It
fucking
could-
awesome.
Yeah, like the company, I forget what company he was working at that time, but they hated him. Like there's all the politics.
It's literally like the scariest game to come out of like recent history.
What is it?
And it's short, but it's PT.
I've never heard.
It's most
It was
it's
a
most
Silent Hill
most
demo.
theories around it just because it was so vague. It was like yeah, it went with like the kind of Shining principle where it's like they don't explain jack shit. They just like give you just like little things for you to run wild with, even though there's like most likely no answer, no
Yeah.
real answer to anything. There's just enough for like people to like want to go wild with theories. Like I saw crazy videos with like theories about the numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like insane.
Well,
stuff.
like it's just bizarre how much like involvement you had in it. Because you
Yeah.
have to actually, there's one point where in order to progress in the game, you have to literally say something, or
Oh,
say
yeah.
a name into
Yeah,
your
yeah.
PlayStation mic.
Yeah,
which
like
is
the puzzles are like
crazy.
ridiculously outside the box. Like, it's almost like impossible to beat the game without
Yeah.
looking up stuff. But yeah, and then like, but it's funny because like some people like have had mixed results when it comes to it.
Really?
Yeah, they've had like kind of mixed results when it comes to CERN because everyone has their own kind of like strategy for like completing the puzzles, which is a fascinating concept.
Yeah.
Like, different strategies to complete like a puzzle, which should have like only one like kind of like right
Yeah, like,
combination.
one solution.
But
Like definitely people who aren't gonna do puzzles don't know.
well, what's fascinating is they're like the most unconventional puzzles in a video game like ever. Like from what I've seen, like they're the most like it's all just like not even logic. It's like it's all just like you have to really think about the shit outside of like anything that's like straight and narrow. Kind of like
Yeah.
oh, so it's a puzzle like the riddle. It says. Tick tock, the clock is the answer.
Nathan,
It's
what's
not
on
like
your
that.
head?
What?
This is Nathan, what's on your head?
My hair?
There's nothing. It's the green screen thing.
Oh yeah, it's the green screen.
And this is Avery.
That's
I
you.
think.
I gotta go home soon.
Okay, well I'm literally about to fight the final boss.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, I can't stay too much longer either.
No. How come I didn't get to talk on the phone? Everybody shut up. We need to listen. Okay, I guess not. Because normally, like, the phones would ring, and so you'd hear it. I guess I don't do that. That's weird. I thought we were supposed to. No, I did that.
Okay, how often? This is a question for y'all gamers. How often do you guys get like stuck in a game and you're like, but like for no apparent reason, you just can't find how to progress?
Depends on the
Frequently.
type of game.
And then
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it
you-
depends on the type of game, but frequently, especially when I was younger.
yeah.
When I was younger, yes.
And
now,
constant- and
very rarely.
How often
Yeah.
was it that it was like a stupid thing where you just didn't notice the door?
Yeah.
Yes, when
Yeah.
I was younger, a lot.
Especially
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
But
Yeah.
now
I
it,
think when you're
it
younger,
doesn't
it was-
happen so
it
much.
was a lot easier because obviously, you know,
Brain
the
tiny.
quality of the video game itself, or like maybe like the texture,
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
update it, and maybe like a certain wall looks
And
just like
they-
a normal.
And sometimes like genuinely the game does not do a good job of like
Articulating. What
yeah
to do.
articulating what the goal is at
Sure.
any given moment.
That's what I think's objectives.
Yeah.
Like the objective
Mario?
works, and like maybe like.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, it's kind of handheldy, but like it's
But
kind of
no,
nice
I
to
kinda-
like, cause it's
I
like
kind of see it as just like
it's just
the game doesn't want to waste your time.
yeah,
It's
don't
like-
waste my time. Yeah, I want to.
Well, it depends, it
I want to
depends.
hurry up and have fun.
Okay, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. If it's like just enough to get you by, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't like when a game is literally like, all right, now go do this, and go do this, and go do this, and do this first, and now do it in this order, and like holds your hand that much. Like
Oh,
like the newer Pokemon games are fucking awful.
No, I want that heart.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, there was a joke in like Borderlands 3 where like when the guy was literally like telling you everything, he's like now put it in the printer. He's like, I'm really fucking holding your hand on this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He said that early on. Yeah,
I like that one.
yeah. I was like, haha. And I did like at the very beginning of the game where like when you're registering for like the not catch a ride but like for your HUD or whatever, like there's
The
echo on it, and the cops are like, oh no worries, companies are always looking out for your best interest. Just skip it. I was like, okay, that's funny.
This is the final boss.
Epic. Suck him up.
Oh. Notice how the door looks all scary.
It's
Oh,
like
a
fucking,
tiger?
Yeah, it's a tiger.
64.
Why is he opening
No,
this so
not 64,
slow?
I'm
Get
thinking
in there,
Nintendo
Luigi.
64, Windows.
Nintendo 60.
Yeah.
Windows
What's the
64.
90,
90.
94?
Mario.
What's it called?
Windows 98.
98? Or was
I don't know.
What's like the old classic one? Because that's the user gonna like look like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like think of it.
I know what you're talking about. How about that?
Today.
Okay, now give him a hug.
Tomorrow.
Give him a big hug.
I'm blowing water on him.
We should
Why?
skate more tomorrow, boys.
Can I? Oh, actually, I can mess with these. That is a big deal, actually.
Yeah, boys, let's skate and smash tomorrow.
Let's what?
I don't know if I can come back
Oh,
now.
I
Ah,
can't.
shit. You have one of our boys.
Mario says,
so you
"Hey,
can,
help
you can
me."
practice.
Yeah.
And then
Where is he?
next time you come, you can.
We
like,
have you,
zoom in
Mario.
with us. You can, you know, you
Just
can
embarrass
hear
myself in
shots
front of my neighbors.
Ah, I could stare at
No,
Mario
they-
Paint
they'll
for
understand,
hours.
Honestly, it's so hard because at first you're like, oh, people are
Is
gonna
this
say
true, Nathan?
because I look.
He
dumb,
says it
stuff
takes
like that. But no, it's
utterly
like,
refined.
they know that you're.
It's a beautiful piece of
Yeah.
art. I
or
mean,
like,
I
at
love
least
how
to tell them,
painterly
like,
it
yeah, I'm
is.
trying to do
honestly.
this. I'm trying to figure
The
this
motion is
Yeah.
out. They're like,
incredible.
oh, okay. They can't judge you
For a
trying something
painting.
new.
Yeah.
Actually, they respect
It's a
you
gift.
Yeah, fair
because it's
enough.
like, wow, you're taking up this like new thing.
Yeah.
He finds it so satisfying the way he pleads for help.
Did you know in the game files for Luigi's Mansion there's a model for Mario wearing the poltergeist or whatever?
Yeah, the
Poltergeist?
poltergeist.
There's
the
a
poltergeist.
model where he's wearing it,
Oh.
but also his legs are stretched out super long, so he's the same height as Luigi.
Eek.
And it's just like hidden away in the game files. For some
That's
fucking
weird.
reason. So
Maybe Mario.
begs the question. Maybe there's two players. Maybe.
Just really tall.
Okay, now
I must-
this is something that's interesting because people who people who create like video games and movies with like really obscure like shit, like things that make so much sense though once some weirdo goes and like finds all the evidence for it, like it like actually works and it actually makes a lot of sense that the creator actually had to have done this on purpose. How often do you think like a creator's like, I'm
Stop
gonna put all
playing
this
memes.
work into this
Listen,
theory
this is an important
that
moment,
if
everyone.
you really try hard you can solve it all, but like most likely no one's gonna figure it out. Could you ever like see yourself putting yourself in a position where you're doing all this work and like
Hoping
like
somebody will discover.
Alright,
yeah,
hey, can you fight the
making
man?
sure there's a way
David,
to
David.
what?
Now join
I
your
want
brother
to
inside
watch
the painting.
this.
Oh,
This is the climax of the entire game, David.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Bowser.
What a twist.
oh, he possesses Bowser, or Bowser was the
Bowser just
Bowser
is
boards
Bowser
you.
boring
No,
Luigi.
This is the worst ending. You didn't get enough money.
This is
It's the
not.
most Ethan thing you've said. It's just because Ethan back in high school when he discovered what 4 was, he like had to tell us about it. Do you remember this?
I just like how you said when he discovered what it
I
was.
just remember the iceberg.
The iceberg.
Oh,
Oh. Anyway, so now I actually fight
yeah, it
Bowser.
was Ethan, right? Who like said what like he was like, oh guys, you know what war is? And then he made a bunch of war jokes.
It's really funny because I think
On your phone.
I've experienced
Sorry.
seen darker shit. Ethan only talks about this. I go to 50-50 and I
Oh,
see
I don't
this,
know why
like,
you do that shit.
really,
That's
like,
horrible.
I don't know why you
I've
do
seen
that.
This
shit.
is
actions
not a
of,
hard
like,
fight.
horrible shit.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
He's gonna throw a ball.
Like, why would you just like?
He's gonna throw a ball at me. You
I
shot it
missed.
between
Oh,
his
yeah.
legs.
Oh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna throw a ball.
Avery, you fucking suck. This is an easy fight.
He shakes his head. I can't call for Mario anymore.
What? It took away that
I mean, I thought Mario was in prison.
Finally released.
Oh my god. This is not fun.
Sorry.
Apparently. Sorry I carried through this entire
I
game.
thought
But
you'd be a little bit
I didn't know he
better.
could do a tail attack. So
doing?
do I have to go in front of him?
Suck him. Suck his tail.
No, there's no reason to.
This. Suck
Wait,
it
is
and then
there?
Go,
No, there's no reason.
Goodbye, Game Bowser.
That would be kind of cool if it was like, oh, there he is. What's he doing? He's trying to, that was something.
Trying to avoid it.
Well, he doesn't see you over here.
There it is.
No, get where you're right. Get where the camera's right behind you. That way you can actually aim and fucking hit him with the ball.
It's just when he runs towards me, it scares me.
His little baby.
There we go.
You fucking killed him!
No, I didn't
Killed
kill him.
Bowser!
His ghost came out.
Actually,
Oh my god, I might actually.
this is a horrible.
Well, that's going down
Bowser's
real fast.
did like. Oh my god.
Why does he shoot ice? Of all the things he
I
could
make
shoot.
sure
To show you, to make sure you know he's not actually Bowser.
Yeah, is that
For the
it?
kid
Just
to
to
get
make
scared.
sure.
He's dead.
Yeah,
He's
the
dead,
kid's
so his
like, oh
body
my God.
temperature
You know,
drops.
Kill
Bowser
Bowser.
does not shoot ice. Fun fact.
You killed Bowser!
Oh my, I killed him again. What? That's 420.
That's it.
Luigi died. Good night.
Retard.
You were doing you
I
did
did
really
fine.
well through this whole game. It's
I
just
don't
fluke.
need
It's-
confirmation that
It
I
just
did.
resets you
that
to
I-
the title
fluke,
screen.
you know?
Right, turns out you didn't save. We start from
Oh, I would be furious. Yeah, I saved and I'm at 77. That's fine.
I'm done with the whole game. I'm about to finish it and we fight the final boss.
That was pretty close. Normally I do it on the first try. I just got
You know you're 4 boos short? You know you're missing 4 boos?
That
Yeah, you
little,
don't
like,
need them all.
thing.
You need
I
45.
should be like the I don't even
45
know.
Pitch it up
40.
real high, you can be Luigi.
That's what I want.
Where are you?
You've been playing
That's,
Mario's
good,
Missing.
that's my Italian accent.
Yeah, boy. Oh shit, you gotta do this side. Get it, so get it. Get it out.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Stinky Pete, and I'm here to kidnap Sheriff Woody.
I wonder if there was like a spin-off toy based on this game that like teach people vacuuming, or is there just like the Luigi vacuum?
The Luigi vacuum thing.
No, but
David,
like a toy,
David,
vacuum.
you just referred to the Poltergust 3000, an advanced piece of ghost hunting technology, as the Luigi vacuum.
Wait.
The
Oh,
Luigi
you're talking. Oh, that's what it's
That's
called in the fucking
Poltergust
game.
3000.
Oh, apologies for
Poltergust.
not knowing
There
the
were
product
2,999 other models before they became
That's a lot of
this
Luigi
perfected.
vacuums.
You do realize they're not real, right?
You do realize this
You
is
realize
a
this is not a real
child's
product.
game.
No. You met the scientist in the game.
that
Dr.
is
E.
true.
Gad, Professor E. Gad.
That is true.
What
He's
is
worked his
name?
entire
But
life.
he was later disgraced.
His
for
name is
being, unreliable and a
Eugene.
insane person. Not a real
What?
scientist. Not a real
Eugene Krabs.
scientist.
Eugene Krabs.
The day that crabs fries.
This is Squidward. Oh my god.
Sorry, calendar.
Mario,
It's very
no!
disorienting. Let's give him one.
Why is Bowser there? What the
Bowser.
What's wrong with that mirror?
Crash Bandicoot?
It's
Is
a
that
precursor
mirror,
to Bowser's Inside
Really
Story.
dirty.
Look. I like the way Luigi runs.
Luigi would kick Bowser's ass.
Okay.
What if Luigi and Bowser got in a fight? Who would win?
No, it's every time I look.
Luigi uses upbeat. Luigi
Luigi
uses
runs up to
upbeat.
Bowser and goes,
I didn't know that, but that's funny.
Luigi misfires.
It's a stupid Bowser's head is particularly large for this.
Luigi shoots the
Well, it's
poltergeist
probably 'cause
out,
he's-
grabs him, and then they steer to death.
He gets one grab and
Yeah.
that's just it.
Yeah.
Bowser's easy combo food, you see.
Combo fodder.
Are you in hell right
The
now?
part where he throws the bulb. Oh, that's my favorite part.
I realize now that I have to wait until he does that.
There's a little baby.
Bowser dies.
Killed him.
Bowser. It's his head.
No, this is not the real
How do you
Bowser.
know?
Because the Madame Clairvoyant said so.
What happens if he eats you?
I don't know. He shucks you back out.
Is
Is he
Come
coming?
on,
there a
run!
video of that you could show me?
Yeah.
It does look like you're just fucking killing him every time.
Well, now King Boo comes out, so I can real Bowser. There he is. He's right there. Bowser's fine.
This video is insane.
I wish this confirmed that like Bowser was like.
What if his head? Oh, that was.
I was gonna make it. That's dope. That's what happened.
David says that's dope. I like that. That's kind of
Because it's like a Looney Tunes shit.
Oh, you fixed it. It's so funny that you were saying, what if his head goes on back?
Yeah.
And then it does.
What if the actual Bowser's like body functioned just like this? Like
They pretty much.
all of his limbs and his head just kind of pop off
His
whenever.
limbs don't do that.
He's a little tiny man in there.
What from this has made you think his limbs
He
come
has
off?
special powers. He's a tiny man. No, you have to do it when he's sucking. It
No,
really
I can.
works
I
out
did it.
well.
I did it when he was doing fire.
Oh,
before.
He's doing it the first time.
See, he did fire. You can see it on the ground.
No,
Yes,
no,
he did.
As soon as he throws it, the next thing he does is get fire and then he sucks.
Yeah, and I can do it. No, I can do it when he
Are you gonna
starts
end
to
it right
spit
here?
fire.
Oh,
You haven't done it. I haven't seen
I
you do that
just
once.
did it.
Hey,
He's
Ray, you're
put
not
fire
gonna
on the
keep
ground.
doing This, Ray.
We can. I will go in the video and look at it. He put fire on the ground. There we go.
Avery, you
Really
won't.
under-
You're a coward.
How much you care?
I know. Well, I care. I want to be right.
Slipping. Oh, he might still make it.
There we go. I know it. I did it. I got him.
I'm so.
He got it. He has
got
the
the
crown.
crown.
Everybody do the
that
V for
movie.
victory.
Look at that.
I'm doing it
No,
off
I'm not.
camera.
Man, I'll do the V for
I'm
victory.
sorry.
Anyway, look, Bowser.
I want to be that one.
Man, I'm so glad you did the V for victory. I'm really
guys.
proud of you.
Because
You did a
I
good
don't.
one.
I did it.
I don't feel a part of it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Like,
she's
I-
still
I did-
talking.
Mario's dead. Look at him.
Everyone, listen up.
Hey,
Luigi.
oh.
Luigi, you did a truly remarkable supply, but you ran with it all the way. You made me so sniff. Get hold of yourself, guys. What's this? You found King Boo and been painting a Bowser? Even blew fire at you? Well, I've never heard of such trash. 60 years.
You
Trouble.
sucked King Boo's dick?
That's
What?
not what he said.
Does anyone
Luigi
really
says,
enjoy
"Oh, yeah."
drinking milk?
Well, anywho, Luigi,
It's
grab your
alright.
brother's painting and bring it to the
Yeah.
front.
It depends. If it's with like cookies or something, yeah. I fucks
I
with
Are you from Sky? Are you a Nord?
Something like cookies or
Evan, Mob likes milk. Mob
Mob
likes
Hey, hey, this poor little feller's falling asleep. He
Mob,
must have-
why would you
He's
call
just
for
asleep.
Dipple-
He's not
Dipple's,
dead. He's just asleep.
Con. As it turns out, Mob really likes milk.
Okay, we're gonna miss an important part.
I don't understand the comment.
I actually like milk.
Watch this.
I just drink it sometimes.
Luigi kisses him, and he comes back.
Grow up.
I thought he just jumps in the thing.
What if he
like-
broke
it's
it?
like
What if
the,
Luigi broke it? He just smashed it on the ground and
He's
killed
like, I'm tired
Mario.
of being the second brother.
All your hard work lasted only a single night. The mansion is
Treating me like
gone.
shit all these fucking years.
I have no interest.
He just wanted to free Mario so he could be the one to put the bullet in him.
Yeah. He just the first thing Mario sees is the gun.
We have to take care of these last
Luigi
guys.
says, "Bibba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba."
That's what he says.
Luigi.
Bowser's
Bowser
head.
and King Boo. There's King
Oh
Boo in there.
shit!
Bowser.
It's just his decapitated.
And King Boo.
Metal as fuck.
He's dancing.
He's doing it a jig.
Who's the real villain?
Yeah, Luigi, definitely. The ghosts are invisible. Most don't look invisible.
What? Is that real?
You guys have seen this like 20 times already.
They're cow udders, dude.
Wait, so they trap ghosts in paintings?
Yeah. So basically, all those ghosts, like the big people ghosts,
Yeah.
those were all portraits before,
I
and
see.
they escaped from the portraits.
I see.
The little ghosts were ghosts from a like
How'd they
a
escape?
painter.
How'd they escape?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, King Boo freed him. King Boo freed him.
I
That's
see.
what happened.
Does seem like a very secure
No.
way to.
It isn't. Oh, well,
Are these the credits?
Uncle
No.
Grimly,
these are just the
Jarvis,
credits. for
Jarvis.
Vincent
the-
Van Gogh, Clockwork Soldier, Sir Weston, King
King
Boo.
Boo.
We need to look at their bios.
Thank you. We'll have to go back in the mansion for that.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, man.
Luigi's
Can
Oh,
you
it's
go
one
back
of
in
those
the mansion
games
after
where
doing
like
this?
you can complete the
What?
game without
Can you go
actually
back in the
like
mansion without-
killing all the ghosts. There's other ghosts you can.
Yeah, there's
get.
there's a few voluntary ones I missed.
Okay.
It was fine. Save. We're done.
Was this an actual speedrun?
No.
Okay.
Mario.
Can you
It's
speed
the
run
milk.
this game?
Yeah, you can speed run any game.
Well,
I don't know
is
if there's
this
any
like a
specific
ga-
tricks.
Yeah,
though.
is this
I
like
don't
one
know.
of those games?
I would
that's like-
imagine.
There he is.
Yeah, there's
Open the door and go into the left hallway.
Yes.
And go forward.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like, and go 2
I think
inches away from the
There's like
portrait.
things you can do to like totally clip
It's
through
some
things,
opposite
but
from the wall. Clip through, and then you're shot to the end.
pretty much. I think so, but I don't know any of this.
You're perfecting there. I'm just kidding.
Is that where Luigi gets a side B?
Yeah.
Hey,
Aw. Cry.
Yeah, but he's
I don't
laughing.
like
He's
the-
laughing.
I'm just.
The
no,
profile.
there's a
He's
tear.
deranged.
There's a tear.
That was.
I know, but now he's
Oh my
laughing.
god, this man's
Luigi has
deranged.
no chin.
He's leafy as shit. Hey, is that still funny? Do we still like that joke?
Mario's alive.
Oh, because
as
of
well.
his weak chin?
Right, music then?
Oh.
Shigeru
Wait.
Miyamoto.
This is the music. Shigeru Miyamoto. He's right there. Don't double up.
Don't
Who
care.
cares?
Did I say Hideo Kojima as director?
Yeah, that is exactly what it said.
This is soulful.
Map design. Thank you.
Oh, we're gonna sit through the entire.
Yeah.
You hear this music?
Oh, is this the music you guys always play in the car?
Yeah.
This is Jim. This is fun.
Can you believe it? We finally actually finished a game on stream.
This is kinda groovy.
Oh, is this
What
the first
this
time we've
campaign,
actually
like
finished
an
a game
hour and
on
a
Yeah,
half
it
long?
only took us 3 streams.
Very nice.
How many Pokemon streams have we had at this point?
Isn't Pokemon one of those games that never ends?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I went fast through this one though. I skipped a lot of stuff. We'll just have to see what our end rank is.
Oh, sure. That's good.
That's
Alright, so do you guys want me to pick up copies of Luigi's Mansion 3 on?
sure, unless we all want to go there together.
Well, I'm working tomorrow.
I said later.
Later.
Later, like after
Wait,
the
tomorrow's
tournament.
not Halloween.
No, Thursday.
Actually, is there any pre-order bonus?
I thought you were gonna say
I think
like,
so.
you're talking
I
about
don't know. I was gonna
tomorrow's
say I could just go tomorrow, like after class, and pre-order all 3, and then pick them up on Thursday.
I don't know if there's a bonus.
Are you guys buying 3 copies?
Because I want one, and he wants one, and he wants one. Emmanuel, are you getting Luigi's Mansion 3?
Maybe. Let's do the review.
Okay. So not immediately then.
Yeah, it might be. Well, I'm sure.
Well, there's already reviews out. It looks
Luigi.
sounds good. So the battle of the ghosts settled. Professor Gelatto was so delighted to have all his paintings returned that he used the treasure Luigi had to build Luigi a new house. This is our final rank. Get a little look.
you
This is
know-
our final rank. We got.
Out of what?
This is actually okay.
That looks like an ugly house.
Rank C, out of like A B C
Is
D
this-
E F, and then also S.
Yeah, S is highest.
So we got C.
I gotta say-
you did me such a good favor.
I'm
I'm,
not-
gonna take all your money
I'm
and
not-
build you a media.
I don't want to be rude to Luigi, you know, but like that house kind of has an ugly shade of green. I don't know. I don't really
Ooh,
like that house.
pre-order at Target, you get free tote bag that looks like that.
Okay, what are the other ones?
I'm not sure, but I like that tote bag. It's nice.
Okay. I know if you pre-order online and like from the UK, you get like a glow-in-the-dark steel book.
I think that's actually it.
That's loud.
It's the only one with a pre-order. So Best Buy has a $10 credit pre-order bonus
You want to turn it
for
down
my Best Buy.
so it doesn't like double up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we're done, but we could
Go
Tech-
to the mansion. I want to see the bios. And
we could do the hidden mansion.
What the hell is the hidden
The
mansion?
hidden mansion just has slightly harder like mini ghosts. So
So it's a new game plus kind of thing.
Yeah, but in reality, like, okay, so it's different between regional versions. So, like, the Japanese and, the Japanese version, I believe. Actually, the Japanese version's
Evan.
easy.
Check it out. You pre-order at Target. You get
North America.
tote bag.
North American version is also easy. European version is hard. So basically, like, if I go in here, it's going to be different ghosts than there were, like, before.
Okay.
But
Well,
still, like
either way,
the other versions.
I'm heading out.
You're right. But anyway, Nathan wants
God
to.
damn it! How
Nathan,
my phone battery drains
Nathan
so
wants to
fast?
see. Oh, what?
Well, Nathan can do that on his own time. Right?
Alright, well, we have to-
Using my controller.
Yeah, we can
Here, just wait. If you no, I'll do the thing you want. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll go to the gallery. What? You can't see him?
Well, what are you doing now?
absolutely.
Looking
not.
at everything.
You're really trying to make this stream go out with a fizzle, aren't you?
Dun, 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 dun,
Well, Nathan
dun,
wanted to see the
dun,
thing.
dun,
What thing?
The bios of the ghosts.
dun, dun,
Oh, I
dun,
see.
So I guess we have to go to the mansion.
Well,
for
did we
that?
learn how they died?
That's what it says for some of them. What? This is. Oh. Well, sorry, Nathan.
Have you guys done any like Halloween stuff?
This is the Halloweeny stuff.
Well, yeah, like that's what this can be included.
This
It's
is
like
it.
like have you guys carved a pumpkin? Watched like a Halloween movie?
We
No,
watched The Shining.
I'm carving
Yeah,
pumpkins.
that's true. We did.
I forget about this.
But Shining is kind of like it's not like the most Halloween thing. It's a scary movie, which is but like have you done any like Halloween stuff? Like
No,
decorate?
I'm-
Have you decorated your houses?
I'm doing decorating tomorrow and then carving on Halloween.
Your
Put
work?
up a bunch of cobwebs and shit like that.
Oh, the puzzle effect actually has the decoration.
Okay, well that's
Is
it for
there-
the
is
stream,
there
I
a
guess.
new,
Are we
custom
done?
Halloween room? Yeah. That'd
That's
be
it for the
dope.
stream, everybody. We're done with Luigi's Mansion. We finished.
That'd be dope. if,
Everybody
like,
say
you just
goodbye.
took, like, an
We're
existing
quitting.
kinda boring, like,
Everyone
like,
say goodbye.
hypertext or something
I
like
feel-
that.
how
Like,
you
it's
steal
called-
You have to buy it from the UK.
It works. And
Online,
like you
yeah.
just like
It's a
alter it
cool
enough
steelbook,
for it to
but,
be like, oh, this
yeah.
is a Halloween,
Anyway,
or
we're done
like
with the
go for
stream.
Christmas, do Christmas, like
Mario
those
says
rooms
goodnight.
That's kind of boring, and just like do a Disneyland.